How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Charlie, and welcome back to This Week in Boxing. First of all, Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all had a very good Christmas. I hope you ate all you could eat. I hope you, if you drink, I hope you drank all you could drink. Hope that the kids had a good time and everything was nice.
Yeah. Relaxation, family, TV, cheesy TV,
Bad
movies.
TV, bad TV.
Some good TV, bad TV, whatever.
Yeah.
But there was some damn good boxing.
Look, damn right, there was some good boxing. And let's start with there. Let's actually go straight off to the Day of Reckoning.
Yeah, so it seems like
Oh yeah, it does. It
does.
does.
Like an age ago now.
Yeah. And it was only what, 3 days ago? 4 days ago?
Yeah, so 4 days ago, as it says, say Saturday evening. 4 days ago, it seems like an age away. Obviously, Christmas in between.
Yeah.
But
we did try to get together on Christmas Eve, but it was too complicated.
Yeah, it was, and I think everyone had their say. You know, it's kind of nice to have a bit of a say after event. You know, after the dust had settled. But you know, I thought it was a really good event.
It was an amazing.
Really
event.
good
It was
event.
a really good event.
I was, I think I was glued start to finish. You know?
Same here. From 4 o'clock I was on.
Yeah.
I didn't switch or do anything at all except sit down.
Yeah.
The kids were on service duty.
Right.
Yeah, because I wasn't leaving the TV.
And that's unusual because you watch a boxing card, and you'll have breaks occasionally.
Yeah.
You might have a few breaks or something. One of the fights might be, and some of the fights were better than others.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, but to be fair, they got it absolutely spot on because for me, the earlier fights
We were kind of better than the second half. Of the fight. Yeah, kind of.
So usually when you feel the earlier fights is where you can escape. The earlier fights were great.
Right, let's start with the main event.
Okay,
yeah?
let's work our way
All right
backwards.
then, let's go from the main event.
Yeah.
Jay Opataya versus Ellis Zorro.
Main event.
Mate, that was the main event, mate.
Oh, okay.
Mate,
okay.
listen,
Yeah.
Jay Opataya does it again. Yeah. I don't want to sound like a fanboy. I don't want to sound like I'm up this man's ass. I'm not doing that at all. That's not my style.
Yeah.
But what I do recognise is that this guy is a throwback.
He did what he was meant to do, though.
Yeah, he did what he did. I said it last week. In the press conferences, in the interviews, he wasn't smiling. He wasn't playing.
Nah.
He's not here to, showboat and the limelight and XYZ. He talks very dedicated. It's like his choice of words. He's a fighter, pure in, pure out. He is old school, and he put on a performance that was a round of applause.
Listen, it's a round of applause. A round of applause for Eric Zorro for, trying to have a go. But he did worse than our boy Thompson.
To be fair to Zorro, and again, it's hard to give him loads of credit because only one round. He was trying to a few things in the first round. He was trying to keep his distance. He was trying to pick his shots. He was trying to block off shots. He was giving some. He was giving Opataya some angles to work with.
He's a good boxer. He got in there with him. Credit to it. I know he said he had a few injuries, not the best preparation, all that good stuff. I don't think anything would have helped him. I just think he may have lasted like Jordan Thompson a few more rounds, but he would have been taken out. He would have been taken. This guy is, like you say, he's an animal. And boxing, there's a massive psychological aspect to it. And this guy, and we'll talk about some other fights as well, where psychologically we saw some I'd say comebacks. Yeah. And this guy, like you say, his body language, his demeanour,
everything
his talk,
about it.
His stance. So it's like no mess. No mess.
And here's my point when I say no mess. We had this whole mess up with the IBF this week. I.e., Opataya was stripped of the IBF belt. There was no reason to strip him because obviously Brayus is injured. He's agreed to do the step aside. Everyone's agreed. No harm, no foul. It was either sit on the fence and don't fight till Brayus is ready, or have a fight in between. The IBF didn't allow it to strip him. Other fighters would have been crying and moaning and going on and on and on and on and on and on. Opataya was like,
he knows who he is.
I don't think I'm trying to say. Yeah, I'm trying to say. Like, it wasn't even an issue. It wasn't even a talking point. He said they want to do it, they want to do it. That's it. It was over.
He knows who he is. The cruiserweight division isn't necessarily stacked. Yeah. And at that division, at that weight, this guy, they could do what they. He don't need belts. Yeah. He doesn't need belts. He doesn't need belts.
Not criticizing, but I remember Dillian White saying, I've been the number one contender for 500 days, 900 days, 1,000 days, 1 billion days. Jay Opataya don't care about stuff like that. I don't care about titles and waiting around. I'm going to fight. You put someone in front of me, that's my job.
That's what he said.
I'm going to fight.
So dude, what next? He said, just put him in front of me. I'll knock him down.
Yeah, and that's what I like about fighters. On this show, we've argued for weeks and weeks and weeks about the sanctioning bodies, and we both kind of agree that they have little relevance at the highest level. At the lower level coming up, you need a belt. You need to get your name out there. You need to generate that money. The belts do have their space in boxing, but on the bigger picture, once you're established, they're a waste of time.
Yeah,
minus the ring belt.
Yeah, I agree. And we've had other debates on belts at lower weight classes.
Yeah.
And, you know, they mean something. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go as far as say they mean nothing.
Yeah.
But like you say, the eye test. I've heard other people mention the eye test, and the eye test sometimes to a boxing connoisseur means more than the belt. And this guy's passing all the eye tests. All the eye tests.
Right. Yeah. Let's move on. And let's do the card honestly now. Obviously, Jai Tapales wasn't the main event.
Yeah.
But let's just quickly run through a couple little bits. Let's start with Inoue versus Hrgović.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first or want to? That was by far the weakest fight on the card.
Yeah, it was because it's a mismatch.
Yeah. And this is the only letdown and my only gripe about the entire card. The first time I saw Inoue really was when he fought David Haye. 6, 7, 8 years ago, whenever it was. Yeah? And he didn't look good then. He got stopped in the first or second round, and it wasn't a competitive first or second round. I can't remember the fight properly. I only watched the fight once. It was that memorable. It was quick. They put him in there, like I said, 8 years later, with the #1 IBF ranked contender, a former world-class amateur, an Olympian, 6'5", bad man, Hrgović. And the first punch Inoue took, it looked like it scrubbed his equilibrium. He turned his back, he put his head down.
He said he hit the back of my head. He said he hit the back of my head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say he came for a payday because he got back up and took a beating.
He gave a payday.
He could have quit then.
He gave a payday.
He didn't.
He was quitting.
But
he kept looking to the
ref. Looking for the ref. Yeah,
he quit. It was
okay,
lovely.
you would say he quit.
Yeah.
The point I'm making is that was the only fight that let me down.
No, it was. But you know, Hrgović just had to keep himself busy. It was, you know, and Hrgović made light work of him, and that's what we expected. And that was good because we didn't. There's no way that should have gone any further than one round.
All right then, but okay, let's be fair as well. Like I said, on this show we're fair. We don't cut corners. Can you really call that a stay busy fight? He would have had more effort in a street fight than a professional boxing match. No, I'm serious.
No, you're probably right.
I'm serious. That was not a fight that had anything that would have done him anything worth except a pay packet.
Yeah.
It wasn't a stay busy fight. So in terms of alright, then it sounds good. Put one of the underguy.
Yeah.
And in terms of the card, which had, as Frank Warren said, possibly 10 of the top 15 heavyweights in the world, it puts you on the card and keeps you active. So when the winners and losers fight each other, you're there. It makes sense.
I think that's what it was about.
But that was low.
That was all it's.
That was low
because Hrgović knows what he's got next. And,
yeah.
He was just. I don't know.
We'll get there, but it looks like Hrgović, AJ.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, we'll get there properly.
That's where it was probably always getting. But anyway, as you said,
we'll get there properly. All right then, my guy, Frank Sanchez versus Junior Farr.
Yeah, I thought Junior Farr was game, but I think there was a couple of fighters on the undercard. Not even undercard because it was just like one card for me, but a couple of fighters that were earlier on showed they had gears.
Yeah.
And I think Sanchez showed he had gears.
Yeah.
So when Farr started getting a bit cheeky with it, Sanchez put him back in his box. And to be fair on Farr, he was game and he was trying to have a go.
Yeah.
But as I said, Sanchez had gears, and you could see like when he stepped up. And I don't think he ever got into fifth gear, but when he went into maybe seconds or third, he put him to sleep.
I'm not gonna lie, I was slightly disappointed with Sanchez early on.
He was winning.
And when I say he was slightly disappointed, he was content on just doing enough. And on that massive card, arguably the biggest card in boxing history, with all those names there and all the heavyweights there, the top heavyweights there, I felt he should have done more early.
I think there's a lot to be said when you've got gears. I think there's a lot to be said, and particularly in the heavyweight division. We look at heavyweight, and we'll elaborate a bit later, but you look at it, and I think when you've got a fight like that, sometimes you do have to tick it over or let it go a bit longer just to try a few things out, just to get the ring rust out, and so.
I get that, But I think up to round 3 or round 4, he done basically nothing. And I don't mean he done nothing.
He was winning.
No. But he was controlling distance.
Yeah.
He was off stepping him.
Yeah.
He was tapping with the jab and everything. Yeah. He was missing with the right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yes, he was doing stuff, but he weren't really doing much.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't really doing much.
He was in first gear.
Yeah.
He was in first gear. I agree.
What I will say is though, I think it was round 5. I noticed he shortened the footwork and started loading on the right hand, and he was timing it.
Far got cheeky and slapped.
And then what happened is, I put my hand here. In round 5, the right hand missed by this much. They didn't miss by this much. They didn't miss by this much. And it's like the timing was just taking in.
Far was getting cheeky.
Far was getting cheeky, but what do you expect Far to do? Sit there and take a
I know,
beating?
but he was getting cheeky, so he had to disobey.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So let's not be fooled. Is Far an elite heavyweight?
No, he's not, but he's competent.
He's a competent heavyweight. He's a big dude. What, 6'5", 6'6"?
Yeah.
What, 20 stone, 19 stone? Like, you can't sit around with a guy like that.
Yeah, and there was a few New Zealanders on the card, so he was motivated.
Yeah, no, I mean, so he has to get cheeky and do something. I'm just saying that I thought Sanchez could have done a bit more.
The other thing, I don't know if anyone's touched on this, but the other thing you've got to think about is with Sanchez's timing and a few of the other American, particularly the US fighters, is the time zone. Like, because that time zone, that timing was pretty much UK time. Yeah. So I think a few of the American fighters struggled. Yeah. I think, and this is just me, I don't have any proof, but I just think looking at the card, the American fighters seem to struggle with the timing. And I think we see that with some of our fighters when they fight in the US. Yeah.
I'll say one thing as well about Sanchez, which again, for me, not say he was ever in bad condition, but conditioning wise, he looked in shape. Yeah. He looked like he actually put the effort in camp and came in at the right weight he should be fighting at and looked comfortable.
Yeah, listen, I don't think would he did top end. I think he'll be a threat, but is he I don't know yet. I've
said this argument for a long time that Frank said he might be the best heavyweight in the world. And the reason why I said that, his resume doesn't prove it. And his resume not prove it, and he hasn't done them yet. But technically, the things he does, good speed, good power, good hand placement, good balance, everything he does well is competent. I'm trying to say. And each time he's being tagged, like being tagged by everywhere, he doesn't blink. It's not going to bother him. Now I'm trying to say you right. Those are the attributes. And also, normally with Cuban fighters, they like to sit on the back foot a little bit. He kind of comes forward a bit. He doesn't kind of just wait on you. He kind of holds centre, doesn't go back, doesn't go forward, but it's kind of there. Most Cuban fighters want you to come onto them so they can light you up with combinations. So he does these little things that I just thought he could be tricky. And again, he might not be there yet, but I still think he's definitely one to watch for the next 6 to 12 months.
Well, we'll see. It should be interesting. I think we'll probably need a bit of a clean up in there. We'll get there, but we'll probably need a bit of a clean up in the heavyweight division. A few of them are getting on, and it'll be interesting with you say Sanchez, Opataya, essentially Anderson, who I don't rate too much, but Gerald Anderson. We'll see.
There's some names there. Yeah. As much as the heavyweight division is not alike, behind the top 3 or 4, there's enough good contenders for the next generation.
To make it interesting.
It is. Yeah. All right then. This is one of my favourite fights on the card. Ajit Kabayal versus Makhmudov.
Kabayal.
Yeah.
Kabayal. Because again, psychologically,
Makhmudov
is intimidating.
He tried to intimidate. He walked to the centre of the ring, was just staring him down.
He's intimidating, and this guy wasn't having a bar of it. And the thing is, first few rounds, this guy was swinging up, and he was giving it like he got hit, and then he was giving it back, and it reminded me a bit of when David Haye fought that big Eastern Russian Valuev, yeah. And but I just still didn't think, if I'm honest, I didn't think he had a chance. I still didn't think he had a chance in the first 2. But then I think I messaged he got to a certain point, and I was thinking, hold on a minute. Yeah, hold on a minute. Hold on.
That's what I done.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I done.
Hold on.
So 2 things I want to mention about intimidation. One, that dude looks scary. Like just physically, he looks scary. You know what I'm trying to say? And again, I'm not saying we're tough guys, but like we're not scary guys. Yeah. I don't say guys are scary. That guy looks scary.
He looks I'm trying to say. Like a villain.
Like a Bond villain. Yeah. Secondly, they say he's like 6'5.5" or 6'6". The man could be 8 foot tall. He looks absolutely huge.
No, he does, and he's got that little tick. Where he's...
exactly. Kabayal supposed to be 6'3". Yeah. Right. This guy looks different monster. He looks like your favorite horror movie villain.
No, I agree.
When the stalker comes at the bushes at night, that's him.
So, the way I said, he's like a street fighter, not even a street fighter
Yeah.
opponent, a street fighter final
Boss,
villain.
yeah.
Yeah. You know?
Secondly, yeah, we talk about the third round. I spoke something in the first round about Makhmudov. Yeah, big, strong, but that old adage, a bit clumsy. Do you see his footwork? He kept tripping over himself a little bit. He throws a shot and kind of stumbles and like, ooh. And I think Caviar saw that.
Movement though. He had some movement though.
No.
Did have some movement.
Yeah. No, he had some movement, but he was clumsy. And I think Caviar realised that when he gets clumsy.
No, but I'm saying Caviar was actually. The thing is, Caviar, he's been talked about like as a Joshua opponent, and he's been talked about as a fringe contender. Yeah. And if you look at the rankings, he's in and around, like you say, the top 10, top 15. Yeah, and I don't think. I'll be honest, I didn't give him any credit. I didn't give him the credit as a boxer. Yeah. Technically as a boxer, I just thought, oh, he's fighting this big beast and he's going to get tucked in.
He took some shots as well.
100%.
He took some shots.
100%. He took shots.
Yeah, and he didn't cry about it or didn't run away from it.
He fought back. It was almost like, to me, and I don't know what was in his mind, I was watching him, it was almost like, do you understand, I'm in the top 10.
Yeah. Do
you understand? I'm in the top 10. Yeah. And so it was like, he said, I don't care about your size, I don't rate you, I'm in the top 10. And everyone's underestimating me, but I'm ranked higher than you.
Yeah.
And he actually, and that's probably the reality, and he actually fought that way.
For all you young boxers out there that's well know about boxing, go to any boxing club. Everyone goes, work the body. Everyone goes for the head, goes for the head. But your coach will always tell you, you got to get down and work the body. Get in there and throw them shots.
Yeah, he chopped him down. Yeah.
No one does it. You just saw a heavyweight show you how to tear the body apart, especially a bigger guy. If that was any other heavyweight in the world, they would have gone for headshots.
Yeah, that was a good.
They would have went for headshots, yeah? I don't care if it's Tyson Fury, he's the best IQ in the heavyweight. He would have gone for the head. He went for the body and he crippled him. Crippled him completely.
No, he did. He took him out. He proper broke him down, chopped him down, as they said. That's the truth.
I know body shots are debilitating, but it was like it made him quit. He not saying he quit, but not like he hit him so many times the body, he looked at the ref like, what am I supposed to do?
To be honest, I don't even think he wanted to quit. I just think he was just hurt.
Yeah, he was confused. He was like, why my body hurting?
He started swinging. He started swinging. He was trying.
He was confused. It was an amazing performance.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
Hats off.
When I watched that fight, and the fight was over, I thought it was like round 6, round 7. It was so engrossing. I didn't feel it was only 4 rounds. Yeah. I felt like, wow, like it was a proper. I was like, it was only 4 rounds.
It was good entertainment. Yeah, good entertainment.
Captivating. That's the word.
Yeah.
It was definitely a captivating fight.
No, well done, Caviar.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, good fight. All right then, let's go to Big Baby versus
Bivol. Was that before or after?
That was after.
Oh, Big Baby versus Daniel Dubois. Yeah, that was entertaining. Like, it wasn't the best fight in the world.
Conor Benn said Chris Eubank lost his pen. When Chris Eubank lost his pen, Dubois found his heart.
Oh, right.
He found his heart. Listen, Dubois dig deep.
Yeah, I did say that. It's probably public apology time for Dubois. In public apology time. Yeah, he proved me wrong. He did, because I think it must have been the middle rounds, round 4, 5.
Yeah, he was gassed.
I thought it was over. I thought it was over.
Yeah, I thought it was over.
Yeah. But he found his second win, he dug it, and credit to him. Yeah. Again, hats off. Credit to him. He did. He found his heart. No one can accuse him in that fight of not having heart. And even in the 12th round, where he could have just said, "I've won," he said, "I'm going in. I'm going in."
And I think that's what made it impressive. Other heavyweights that had Miller in that condition from round 7 onwards would have used a jab, would have used a bit of footwork, and would have walked Miller to shots and stopped him.
That made him pay.
Dubois fought him, stood in front of him, and traded left, right. Might have been repetitive, might have been a bit boring, but like
it's almost like he had learnt lessons.
You know what I'm trying to say?
He did like that Usyk fight where he just let him off the hook.
Yeah, exactly. He just stood in front of him and just welled off completely. You know
Credit to his team, to him. Look, I'm not saying he's going to be a world beater, but in terms of comebacks and fight mentally, because like we say, like mentally, boxing is a tough sport.
No, credit to Don Charles. Yeah?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about Don Charles, yeah, right? Again, people in boxing or coaches, they always talk, oh, Don Charles, ha. They don't give him that credit or that respect he deserves, and I'm trying to say, yeah? I'm lucky to have been with Don Charles, and he actually brought me into his camp years ago, and I spent a good few weeks with him, and I'm trying to say, yeah? Really nice guy, really knowledgeable boxing guy, just doesn't get the credit he deserves. Everyone's talking about, oh, why did Daniel leave to go to Don Charles? There you go. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well done to him.
That was his dad as well, though, wasn't it? I think his dad.
Because Don Charles don't get credit. He doesn't get credit. There's a lot of unsung
I think his
heroes.
dad was key, and I think he did mention his dad at the end. His dad was a key advocate of that because his sister still trains with
with
Shane Wigan, and he said no, it was not for him. So yeah.
Again, on Sky Sports, like where's one brain freeze? What was I going to say? Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say is that certain people in boxing don't get the credit they deserve.
Oh, okay.
And what you hear is normally like he's respected or the known or this and that. That's not giving you your credit. Yeah? Anyone could be respected or liked. Saying no, you're a damn good trainer, now I'm trying to say. Yeah? It's like James Cook. James Cook, respected, the well-known, the MBE. No, he's a bloody good trainer, now I'm trying to say, yeah, right? But you don't give people the names or the credit they deserve, now I'm trying to say. Same like, again, I'm a Hackney guy, so I'm going to say it. Even like Brian Lawrence, now I'm trying to say. Respected. No, good trainer. Don't say respected. Anyone could be respected.
They are good trainers, but I think it's the chemistry with the fighter as well.
Yeah, but you get what I'm trying to say.
So I think, like you say, the chemistry, you've seen growth with Don Charles in the 2 fights. We've seen growth in the individual.
I'm standing on my soapbox now. But saying you respect someone means you like them. He's a good guy. Oh, he's a good guy. I respect him. He had a good career. Oh, he's a cool person. He helped this guy out. I respect him. But that's not your craft. Your craft is your job. What you do, your training.
Well,
you get my point.
Let's park it there because we're gonna come to another guy, another fighter who changed coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We definitely won't get to that.
And then,
but you get my point, though.
Yeah, I get the point because that's you know, when we talk about giving people their flowers.
Yeah.
That's probably another one where I might have to eat humble pie. But anyway, let's.
All right.
Yeah.
Back to the bar quickly. Yeah. And John Miller. Jamal Miller was acting like a big American brat all week. Yeah, before the fight.
He was entertaining though.
Entertaining, but still a bit of an arsehole, just causing trouble.
He was entertaining.
However, I give him credit for a post-fight in the ring. He said, nah, you done well, you proved me wrong, rare, and he backtracked. And I thought that was... Normally you put yourself out there, it takes a bigger man to say he was wrong. And whatever.
I think with Joe Miller, right, listen, he's taking God knows how many different concoctions and cocktails or whatever, yeah? And he still manages to find a way back. And I just think all he knows how to do is box. He weren't in the best shape, nowhere near the best shape. He's
respectfully, he could lose 80 pounds.
Yeah, you know, I think you're right. He's trying to earn a crust, and he talks whether we like it, loathe it, wherever he talks, that's him. And I'm sure he'll talk his way into another fight. And he's just trying to feed his family, I guess. But whether he should be fighting or not, it's a big question.
I said on the night that someone that size, I don't care what position you do, it's not good on your heart to be putting your heart under that pressure at that weight.
I think everyone knows. I think even Eddie said before the fight, let's see how you're enjoying it. Yeah,
so that's not good, yeah? At 6'4" and 335 pounds, that's about 23 stone. He could easily weigh 18 stone. At 6'4", 18 stone, you're a massive man. Yes. You're still a massive man at 6'4", 18 stone. I'm not. He don't need the extra 5-6 stone.
Listen, I'm not fat shaming anything like that. But the guy for a boxer is overweight.
No, respectfully, it's not fat shaming for a guy of any condition. Yeah. It's not good to carry that much weight on your body like that. You know what I mean?
And that's why he gassed, and it's. But still, as I said, with that weight, everything he lands must hurt.
Yeah.
Dubois was in trouble, but he dug
it out,
and he's it. So again,
you can't call him the Tin Man no more.
No, he found the heart.
Right,
he found the heart.
Yeah.
The saga continues, but at this point today, 27th of the 12th, 2023, Dubois got a heart. where we are next year, we'll see.
All right, then. Let's move on to Bivol Arthur.
Yeah, again, I'll go back to when we talked about Junior Farr and
Sanchez.
I thought similar type of fight. I thought Arthur, it was Arthur who said he didn't have the best preparation, so he was talking about Zorro. It was Arthur, I think, who said he didn't have the best preparation. So I never gave Arthur a chance, in all honesty. I thought Arthur was happy to survive.
Yeah.
I don't think he let his hands go enough.
Yeah.
He just
played it safe.
Played it safe. And he just wanted to survive. And I think Bivol, when he needed to, again, went up gears. But Bivol is a good technical boxer. He isn't a killer.
Yeah. So I think
he's not a killer.
I think there was an opportunity. I think it was maybe around between 4 and 5, maybe. Can't remember. Where it looked like he could have got a stoppage, or maybe 3 to 4. He could get a stoppage. But I think Bivol was a bit inactive due to injury.
Yeah. And
I think he started to realise fighting at this pace he was exerting himself.
Yeah. And
then he slowed it down a little bit.
I do think he needs a bit more variation as well. I know that's hard to say. It's hard. It's harsh, or may sound harsh for me to say, but I think he's a bit straight. I think he maybe more angles, more uppercut. I think he's very straight. He's very.
There's an old phrase in boxing, and I'm not calling Linda Arthur a journeyman, so don't get this wrong. When you fight a journeyman boxer, they always go 5 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds because they're good at covering up and playing safe without getting stopped.
He did.
Yeah, and that's the trick, yeah? Because if you get stopped, you can't fight for it in real time. So you'll use 12 rounds, fight this Saturday, fight next Saturday, fight Saturday after.
I agree.
And I'm not saying Arthur's a journeyman, not saying that at all, but Arthur played it very safe.
He did.
So it limited Bivol's opportunities to get those shots off.
Agree, but
Make sense?
Even in the Alvarez fight, Bivol won because of his size and his hand speed and so forth. Yeah. But he still is quite straight.
Yeah.
Very accurate. Timing's brilliant, but I would like to see a few more angles. Yeah. That's all. And he might not need to. He might clean up. He might fight Beterbiev. And I'm saying that because he's got to fight Callum Smith, so maybe it might be Callum Smith, and he might deal with them in the same manner. But I do think his fundamentals are quite sound, but it is quite straight. You know, it's 1-2s, and they're not coming from different angles. Maybe it's me, but that's well, I would like to see a bit more. Yeah, but I thought he was comfortable, very comfortable, and I agree 110% with you. Arthur just was trying to survive. Yeah, we weren't even trying to win a round.
Yeah, you know, I think it's one of the ones there where being in the ring with him will give Arthur some experience, and he will learn from it. But I don't know how much you learn from it because you didn't take a chance.
Mentioned Yard the other day. At least Yard goes in as a goal, man. That to me weren't.
But you know, it's funny, like again. We as boxing fans got to be fair and kind. When Yard goes in there and he loses by stoppage, it's look, he stopped. He got stopped.
But he has to go. He's having to go. He's
when you go points, it's like, he went on points. It's like you can't win.
You can win for me. You do what Yard does. You go in and you have a go.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about generally. Go on. You go on the forums. You go on the internet. You go on the websites.
I know what people say.
Yeah, it's a criticism. You know what I mean? Yeah, and this is what again.
It's like saying, when you know about boxing,
that's what I say. Yeah, when you know about boxing,
you know what Lyndon Arthur was doing. And I'm not having a go. Like, don't get me wrong, because I sat here before and said he ain't got no chance. So he probably did the right thing in that environment with his ability, because he hasn't got concussive punch power, so he can't try and do what Wilder was trying to do.
All right. On that note, let's go to Wilder Parker. And guess what? I'm going to keep my mouth shut. Because I've told you about Wilder for years.
Yeah, but
I've told everyone about Wilder for years.
Everyone knows about Wilder.
Come on, tell us about Wilder.
Everyone knows about Wilder. Everyone knows about Wilder. Wilder has one punch power and is damn entertaining when he goes chasing and he executes that one punch power. Because you can watch a fight with Wilder, he'll be losing every round, but he can turn the tables, right? Now, that's the old Deontay Wilder. This version of Deontay Wilder. Oh my goodness.
All right.
This version, the version we watched at the weekend, I don't know what that was. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I can't even comment, right? Because, like, let me get in my soapbox, right?
Go on.
So this Wilder, right? And I've seen all the memes. and all the leg day.
Little crayon legs.
And you're probably not wrong, because that his legs look smaller than they normally were. But I don't know whether that's just me or but his legs look tiny.
On fight night, my 14-year-old boy said, "Dad, look at my legs. They're bigger than
no, his legs look tiny. His legs look tiny, right? Then he looked ungainly on his legs. So
he looked like Bambi.
Yeah, he looked ungainly.
Like he was walking, he was like.
And then he's walking around. First round, he throws 9, and I'm thinking, is he watching what Parker's dishing out to see if he can, I said second round, he throws 9, and I'm thinking, well, what's this guy doing? Is he actually is he here to fight? And then Parker, his tactics are as clear as crystal.
Yeah.
Clear as crystal. He has his head down low and he's swinging up. So all day long, listen, like you talked about some prestigious, decorated coaches. I'm not one of them. I'm not. But me, I'm looking at it thinking, uppercuts on. Uppercuts on. Yeah. My man, it looks
like the point as well.
Yeah. Oh, did they?
Everyone was calling it.
Uppercuts on. See it. He can't bend his knees, can't get down to get any leverage. Man's just sitting there like this, looking for this big windmill. Ah, mate, it was dead. Dead.
Right.
Joseph Parker.
Yeah, well done.
Deontay Wilder.
Right. Let me just say, for record's sake, I did say before the prediction for the video, I said Parker will win every second of every round until he gets clipped.
You said that.
And I said it'll be the first round or the 12th round. It makes no difference. Parker will win every second. Yeah.
We just thought. I thought Wilder would set him up and find the punch. That's the only thing. No one thought he would win round.
This is not a joke. I said this from the Audley Harrison fight. It was back before that. And told everyone that knows me would tell you. I've said this for years. When's the Audley Harrison fight? 15 years ago. He's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony.
But even you, listen. Let's be fair. Even you, because that one trick seemed to work so much.
Yeah.
We're beginning to say. Look, I'm not sure because he can find that one punch. So even you, I agree. You being his biggest detractor. You've been hammering this. But even you, in the last few months, you go, well, he has got that one punch.
No.
Well, he has got that one punch. Even you were beginning to concede. So come on.
Okay, let me clarify. What I gave him credit for, I said that his timing and accuracy. Yeah, because he lays it up and then he gets it. Know what I'm trying to say? So I'll give him credit on that, yeah? So here's my problem with Deontay Wilder, yeah? And I'm going to say it's an old story. I'm sure you guys heard this before from me. I literally grew up with boxing in my house. My dad had a picture of Ali on the TV. Boxing was a family thing in my house. I've seen all the fights from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and 70s. I had no choice but to watch boxing, yeah? And I love it. And the point I'm making is, when I watch someone like Wilder that says, I don't need to box, I just need 1 second, I'm like, F you. You're killing my sport. And that's my thing. I don't watch football. I don't watch golf. I don't watch table. I don't watch what other sports people watch. I don't care about no other sport. When you got a guy who's got a heavyweight title saying that's all he needs, yeah, you're disrespecting my sport. For that, I can't support you. So, back to it, yeah.
But let me just say,
he looked pants.
But he did. But to be fair, you say he's disrupting the sport. There's some of us, right, and I'm one of them, that found him entertaining. I'll watch a Wilder fight because you don't know what's going to happen. Even that Parker fight, where even that Parker fight where this guy is getting bust up, right?
He put his hand up at the end of the round.
He didn't have a clue. In that last round, I still thought, Parker, you got. And even Parker said after the fight, he said, if he caught me clean, he goes, I could feel the power. If he caught me clean, it could have been a different.
Parker tried to take him out, so.
Parker did try and take him out. But you heard what Andy Lee was telling him.
Yeah.
Andy Lee was telling him, don't let this go top weight. Because Andy Lee was even saying, this guy hits you, it could be over. Take him out early.
Again, old school. You don't carry a fight.
Yeah. And to be
if you can end the fight, you end the fight.
They got their tactics spot on. They played on the inactivity because the inactivity was a problem.
Yeah.
The inactivity was a problem. Listen, if you've had 1 round in 2 years, Joseph Parker is a top 10 heavyweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't go in, and this is what we said last week. It's not like we're making up now. Yeah. You don't go in really unless you know you are on point, which he was not, against a top 10 heavyweight with 1 round in 2 years. You don't do it.
I agree.
You don't do it.
Let me tell you 2 things. Yeah, 2 things I want to mention this quickly. One, what another thing I just about is his attitude. All the glove gate stuff, iron weights in my gloves, everything. Yeah, and Deontay Wilder got these American fans that believe this shit. He was on 78 Sports TV this week after the fight. You heard about that? Joshua only performed as good as I did. Joshua only performed as good as he did because he saw I lost. He was happy I lost. Then someone else said Eddie Hearn planned the Parker fight, so it's like it's all set up a conspiracy against Deontay Wilder. Let me tell you the one conspiracy about Deontay Wilder. There's one guy Deontay Wilder needs to blame for his whole career. Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, right?
He does.
The second guy he needs to blame in his career is JD's, his coach from day one. The third guy he needs to blame in his career, and this guy needs to go get 2 pom-poms, is Malik Scott. Malik Scott didn't hit him shit between rounds, yeah?
It was terrible.
Right?
It was terrible.
Don't worry, don't worry. Hey, Deontay,
I don't like.
He's a cheerleader.
I don't even.
He's a cheerleader.
I like Malik Scott. I like his boxing analysis.
Yes, thank you.
But how you're not telling him look for the uppercut or whatever? Like I don't.
No, because you can't tell Wilder nothing. He's an idiot.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's this. So,
what it is then.
In one of our groups, someone mentioned a post saying that Malik Scott has turned Wilder into Malik Scott, not throwing punches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But this is my point. And I'm trying to say, like Malik Scott, and I'm trying to say, you're right. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Again, listen, the time zone, all that stuff. I'm not making excuses, but none of the people train out in the US.
Time zone. What time was it to throw punches? Yeah, 36 minutes.
No, he did, but none of the fighters that trained out in America performed well. None of them really, apart from Sanchez. Not one of them. So
yeah,
I'm not saying it. I don't know 100% if it was an effect, but you know.
Malik Scott saying that Malik Scott. Wilder saying that the rumor was Joshua was going to retire if I won. Shut the hell up.
Well, in fact, what I would say to that, and I agree with it, but what I'd say to Joshua is fighting.
Listen, yeah, I said I put it on TikTok. I put it on TikTok that night. Yeah, I'm actually happy AJ Wilder's not happening. Yes, I'll tell you why I'm happy it's not happening. Yeah, because it's going to be what we always get. 5 years too late. Same thing with Kell Brook and
probably
Kell Brook and Amir Khan. Same thing with Pacquiao Mayweather. We always get it too late. This fight should have happened. There was a time when they were all 3 undefeated champions.
I think for AJ,
why have the fight now? Get rid of it. Don't want it.
But I think for AJ, it's a big fight for him. For AJ to beat Wilder, even this version of Wilder,
so
I think it's a big fight. I think it's a big fight.
My opinion and what's right for boxing are 2 different things. So for boxing, when you've got names and champions and XYZ, you want to fight your peers. So I can see there's a need for the fight to happen.
Yeah.
So I understand that. For me personally, the fight is worthless now.
It's worthless. It's worthless as a fan. But what I would say for AJ, and if we can just go on to the main event, right? So AJ in the main event, did really well.
Yeah.
But what I could see is they mentally they got into him, and what they'd said is, seek and destroy. Yeah? Don't worry about what's coming back. Now, where I would say, and this is just my opinion, a Wilder fight would be like Wilder's. We know he's dead. And I would expect AJ to win that.
Yeah.
But because what's coming back is a bit more jeopardy.
Yeah. AJ will be more hesitant.
Yeah. I'm not saying he'd be more hesitant, but him to get a win over Wilder, that defeats that team. Because I think with Wallin, he did superb. I thought he did in terms of because we can all sit here now and say, oh, Wallin maybe he's not the biggest puncher in the world or whatever, but Wallin I thought was a decent fighter. I heard Dennis Lewis saying he was in the best shape in the world for the fight, all that good stuff, but he's still a decent fighter. And with all these demons, and it weren't just 1 or 2 people, probably 20, 50, 30, hundreds saying that AJ's got, the way he approached that fight, whether it's because he was happy, because I don't think it had anything to do with that, I just think credit to the PE teacher. He got in his head, and I think he came out and he didn't worry at all about what might be coming back, and he kind of set his stall up, took the centre of the ring, and just started popping this guy.
So I mentioned last week on the show, the key for AJ winning this fight is about range. You remember what I said?
Yeah.
You can't fight him on the inside. He can't from the outside. He's got to fight him that mid-range.
Yeah.
Don't be too aggressive.
Yeah.
Just got to box and be smart.
He was aggressive though.
No, I know, he don't. He was throwing single punches or 1-2s, yeah? He wasn't throwing combinations, yeah? And I thought the fight was dictated by that range.
Yeah.
The few times Otto Wilder tried to get close or rush him, AJ dipped him, slipped him, went under, came out the other side. And I'm trying to say, he kept that range. And what I'm trying to say here, is that, and this will actually play into your story a minute ago, is that it's about styles, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got to see what people do well, what they do bad, and what the attributes are and how they mesh together. That style wouldn't work with Wilder, you know what I'm trying to say. But that style with Otto Wallin worked perfect, and I'm trying to say. Because again, you couldn't get Otto Wallin the chance to get too aggressive and fight like Fury, but you also couldn't have him outbox you and being tricky on the outside. But it was a combination of both.
But the thing that impressed me is he gave him something to think about. So his accuracy was on point and the power was there. Yeah. So Wallin was sitting there and Wallin didn't want to come. He didn't want to cut.
He took a beating.
Yeah, he didn't want to cut. He didn't want to cut because he's thinking this hurts.
Again, it's funny. Whoever had the zone would have all heard about the sound outage from round 1. You on TNT in it.
TNT.
So we had no sound for about 3 or 4 rounds. So I was there with a full house, and we were the commentary team. We were breaking it down with no sound, with no punch, no impact, and all we could say is, "Wait a minute, that's good, that's this," that. And we were breaking it down there as it happened, and without no sound, I saw AJ put on a clinical performance.
No, he did. The accuracy.
I didn't need the commentator to cheer.
I think it was from round 1 to the end. It was clean. It was clean.
It was clean.
It was a clean. You know what I mean? He did. Put on but like I said, and again, we're only just trying to provide a bit of balance, and I think this is nothing that Lennox didn't say, and I'm not saying he's you know, I know they've had their in the past, they're to and fro in the past, but I think he was good points. He said, look,
I can't agree with Lennox.
Yeah, he said he fought a guy that he knew, he was familiar with. He fought a guy he probably knew couldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
He fought a guy, as he said himself, who was relying on him being mentally weak. He approached that fight like he wasn't mentally weak. Yeah. There was no weakness there. He said, look, I'm coming out and I'm going to set my stall early on and I'm going to make you feel. And he did. And he didn't worry about what might be coming back in terms of, I know he kept his range, but the fact he was so aggressive, in my opinion, he wasn't worried about what Wallin could dish up back. He wasn't worried.
So here's my thing. I don't agree with that part what Lewis said. Where I agree with the part where Lewis was talking about is AJ back, and he's like, can't really tell.
Against her, yeah.
Yeah, and I agree, we can't really tell. So I say this on TikTok as well after the fight. AJ's had the 2 losses to Usyk in the 2 fights that were subpar performances. Now I mean, they haven't let the one on fire. They weren't even on pay-per-view the standard fight because they weren't marquee opponents. This fight done really well, done much better, but it's only one fight against again a top 10-ish.
He's better than
he's got to be on a comeback. You got to string a couple together.
Maybe
you can't just stick off one.
But I think that was a good performance.
No, it was a very good performance. I'm not criticizing the performance.
He did what he used to do. He made a very good opponent look, and maybe wasn't in the best shape, but he made it. So depending, and he did it psychologically.
It was a very good performance. Yeah, he's a very good performance, and he won fair and square. I ain't taking nothing from AJ. Great performance. But can you say AJ's the number 1 heavyweight in the world?
No, not yet.
There you go. So he's on the comeback. Can you say he's number 2?
No. Number 1 and 2.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Number 3, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. See,
number 3.
He's mostly 3 to 5. Yeah, I'm not saying where I think. Well, I haven't thought about it, but there's an argument for 3.
He's 3.
Yeah, there could be an argument for 3.
I'll say he's 3.
Well, I think Zhang could argue for 3.
Zhang what? Because he beat Joe Joyce?
No. Just look at it right now. Who is Zhang for?
Hergovich.
No. Look where Zhang for. That was a controversial win.
But the fact it even was tight, because if AJ fights Hergovich, who do you think wins that fight?
Okay, so hold on 1 second. AJ lost twice to Usyk.
Yeah.
For Franklin, who was unranked, was a top 10 contender.
No, understood.
For Hernandez, who's not a top 10 contender.
Understood.
So do you rank those guys to be ranked high in the top 10?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you could say Zhang, he may have lost to Hergovich, controversy or not. That's the number 1 ranked IBF contender. Then he beat a top 5 Joe Joyce twice by impressive stoppage.
Yeah.
Those 3 performances are better than AJ's last 4. I'm not saying he's number 3. I'm saying there's an argument.
Yeah.
That there's something's there. That's the point I'm making.
I would say AJ's 3. But yeah, Zhang
could be.
Zhang is.
But that 3 to 5, there's an argument there. There's an argument.
Zhang is a valid shout.
There's an argument there.
But again, Zhang's not young and he's sitting there saying, I'm injured, I'm this, that.
No, Zhang called out AJ this week.
Yeah, but he's sitting there calling out loads of people. Then every time you say, oh, okay, yeah, bring him in, it's like, oh, I'm injured.
Okay, but let's be fair though. No one's knocking on Zhang's door. So he has to call that. I'm trying to say.
Maybe.
Yeah, right? Again, I don't want to say boogeyman, and it's not about Zhang, but
no,
after that Joe Joyce fight,
listen.
I'm trying to say he's gonna be ducked.
We were sitting there calling Joyce the juggernaut, calling Joyce absorbing man.
Yeah.
And this guy just dismantled him twice. Twice.
So Zhang's got an argument at number 3.
Dismantled him twice.
He's got an argument at number 3.
Yeah, and like you say, he did a job on Hergovich, but touch and go.
Yeah, but that's my point. Alright, so here's the thing about it now. with all these fights that's set up now, we've got a bit of a problem because it was supposed to be 9th of March, Wilder AJ. That's now over.
Okay.
There's talking about Parker as a rematch, yeah, and then Eddie Hearn said this week that the IBF is going to strip Fury or Usyk after.
No, they will do. So they said
yeah?
Hrgovic.
So you're going to have Hrgovic.
That was always
Plan B.
Not even Plan B.
The fight was signed.
Yeah, that's what
everyone's admitting.
No, that's what they're saying. It was signed.
Everyone's admitting it was signed.
Okay, if it's signed, then have to fight. I'm not sure it was signed. I think I heard early doors. I can't remember who said it. I can't remember, but I heard early doors. It will go the Hrgovic route because that gives him world championship,
yeah,
and then it gives him a pathway to unify. And I'm guessing in terms of even what's going on in Riyadh and all that good stuff. I mean, that's what they're probably looking for. So I think he'll go the Hrgovic route. It is what it is, yeah. But with Deontay Wilder, that kind of popped up this week or maybe in the last few weeks. I always thought he'd fight Hrgovic, and then you want to see him fight, you know, Usyk or Fury. That's what I think needs to happen, yeah, and this year. I think it needs to happen this year.
It sounds really bad. The only way we're going to get AJ versus Fury is if Fury loses to Usyk.
Why?
Because the belt will go to AJ versus Hrgovic. If AJ wins that, AJ will have a belt. Fury won't have a belt. Then it will make Fury want to beat AJ.
Yeah, but I think
right now, Fury don't want to beat AJ.
No, but
he sees AJ as a bum.
No, he will fight AJ. If AJ is a belt, I've said it all along.
How many times has this fight been negotiated?
No, I agree, but I think because there's things in the way. If
exactly. If Fury was to lose and need credibility, you'll see AJ as an easy way back.
No, I think he's got to beat Usyk. I mean, he's got to beat Usyk. He's got to fight AJ.
To be honest, I think Fury beats Usyk. You know what I'm trying to say? That I'm not saying I want Fury to win. I'm saying the way forward is that Fury lost. It will make Fury fight AJ.
I think he's got to fight AJ. I just think he's got to in the UK. I just think they've got to fight.
Bro, we thought AJ had to fight Wilder. We thought Conor Benn had to fight Eubank. Yeah. We thought Amir Khan had to fight Kell Brook.
Yeah, I understand all that. It just
doesn't happen. The boxing gods don't like boxing.
Yeah, but I think this is one that has to happen.
Mate, we've been saying this for years, mate.
No, I think it's been signed.
We didn't get Lennox Lewis and bloody Riddick Bowe.
Yeah, that didn't because Bowe didn't want it.
But this is what I'm trying to say. There's always a reason. That never happens.
But these two pretty much signed up twice. They pretty much signed up twice. I think they got fight.
You never got Aaron Hawk, Sugar Leonard. This is what I'm trying to say, mate. If I think I could just go back.
Yeah,
it doesn't happen.
I think it's got. I think next year it's got to happen. Let's see what happens. I think Fury's is more than his hands full with Usyk. And yeah, you're right. You could say I'll beat Usyk. Why do I care about AJ? Because Usyk beat AJ twice. I've beaten Usyk, and we know their egos are like. But I just think that there's something between those two where they almost can't stand each other because everywhere they go, somebody says, and this is with the Kell Brook and Amir Khan, when you fighting each other.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that just drives you almost insane and you have to have the fight. So I'd like to think they would. And, you know, neither of them are getting any younger. That's the thing as well. So we're talking about these guys. One of the other things about Deontay Wilder, the guy's 38. The guy is 38. Yeah? So...
don't give him excuses.
I'm not giving him excuses, but we all sit and we talk about boxing. Yeah? We talk, like you said, you watched boxing since you were a kid. Yeah? And we all sit here and you educate me and whatever. We'll sit here. If we said there's a 30-year-old, 8-year-old in boxing, we won't ever say that 30-year-old, 8-year-old is in their prime. I would never sit there and say a 38-year-old is in their prime.
All I would say to that is that heavyweights mature later.
Potentially, but 38, even heavyweights. If you look at heavyweights, even 38, when Klitschko was fighting AJ at 39, we're sitting there going, oh, he's picked up an old Klitschko.
Yeah.
You know, like, do you know what I mean? 38. So these guys, 34, 35, 36, they've got to get on with it.
Right.
And Zhang's
40 plus. All right then. Let's wrap up this day of reckoning because we've got one more fight to discuss. Day of reckoning in a brief sentence.
True, forgot. Yeah.
Day of reckoning in a brief sentence. Good, bad, none of the above.
It was great. Listen, we've been waffling for the past God knows how many minutes. So like, that isn't because it wasn't a good event. Yeah. That is, boxing's got to do more of that for us.
I'm not gonna lie. For guys that watch boxing cards every week and search the internet and search anything to watch fights, that was the most entertaining night of boxing and enjoyable night of boxing I've watched in years.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you when.
And a bit of everything.
One of our friends, I won't say on camera, his wife was over watching the fights with us as well, and she saw the Apataya knockout, and she was like, the eyes, just everyone was in shock, and now we were breaking it down, and she was like, wait a minute, and we were looking at it, and she loved it. It was she sat there all night enjoying it. I mean, it was a great. The point I'm making is, it was a great advertisement for boxing as a whole.
Yeah, I can't argue.
Yeah.
Can't argue. It was good.
It was great.
It's good. Yeah, it had a bit of everything. You know, redemption, the shock we expected.
Yeah.
You know, it was good. Good shocks.
All right then. Last fight we're going to mention, Boxing Day. We had an undisputed world title fight going on between Inoue versus Marlon Tapales. Now, we've been arguing for the past 2 days on our WhatsApp group with all the fellas, rest of the head of the table guys, about this fight and what's going on in boxing. First of all, well done to Inoue.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
like, at a point in time, he was undisputed, right? And we talked about him, and we all had a few quips. You know, don't get on a plane. You know, what level of opponent? But like in the past, what is it like? Year, he's fought Fulton,
Undisputed twice.
Fulton, Tapales, and they're both game.
Yeah.
It ain't like he's fighting people who people believe they're gonna beat him.
This time last year, he became undisputed at bantamweight as well.
That's what I said. And in a year's time, he's gone again. And people have asked him, well, similar to how we talked about Haney. He said, asked him, are you going to take a tune-up? Are you going to warm up? He said, no, I'm going for champion. I'm taking the belt off the first one. I'm going to take the rest after the next one.
Yeah.
So me looking at it now, you know, a year, probably be a year on. I probably won't give him his flowers as much as I probably should have. I looked at it the other day, looked at what he's doing. I had a little scan like you do, because you try and pick holes, isn't it? We all do it. We all try and pick holes. Go, who is he not for? You look through the rankings, look at who he has fought, and you're thinking, well, hold on, he's gone for like 1 and 2. You know what I mean? He hasn't. Like, he's not messed around.
So, for me, Inoue is a very good fighter. The monster for a reason. Top 3 pound for pound, give or take, whatever you want to call him. He's up there and everything. But again, the smaller weight class, he doesn't get the credit in this side of the world. You know what I'm trying to say? No. And then also some of the opposition he has are not as much as well known. When you look at the names that he fought, like when he fought No. Donaire. When he fought Donaire, Donaire was done.
Twice.
Yeah. I remember Donaire when he was the Philadelphia Patch, he was fight number
twice.
10, 12 years ago.
But he's done him twice.
No, but he fought him when he was way past his best, had loads of losses, and he was like 3 or 4 fights. He had 2 fights, but 3 fights before it was over. And the part I'm making is that people will look at that and think, well, you ain't done this, you ain't done that. And this is where the negativity comes from. Now I'm trying to say, as you said, we know who the Filipino Flash is, but he didn't get the credit for it. He's making that credit now over the past 18 months because it's become more marketable. However, he won't get the credit he truly deserves until he fights someone that the people will recognise. That's a shame. That's not good. That's not a good thing. Yeah. I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming top rank. Yeah. But that's the way boxing is. Boxing want to see a guy I know versus a guy I know. Saying a guy I know versus a guy I don't know.
Something was saying that. It was not different.
That's the truth.
It's nothing no different with Crawford was going around saying he's undisputed, and we were saying, well, who did you fight to be undisputed? And then he was at welterweight, and then we're saying, who you fighting? And he had to beat Errol Spence, so we had to go through the boogeyman for him to get any sort of recognition.
Yeah.
Like not from there's other people people in the group who giving him his recognition off one, but to get his confirmation, that's what he told me. So, that's fair enough. So, but what you've got to look at is who in a way's division is that Boogie isn't. It's him.
So again,
it's him.
There's 2 tiers of boxing fans. You have the hardcore fans like us who watch everything, read everything, and follow the sport religiously, and you have the casual guys. Us guys, we know who he's fought, why he's fought them, and where he's at, and why we rank him so high. But we are not the ones that's buying the tickets. Yeah, because the hardcore fraternity is 20% of boxing fans. It's about getting that commercial market, that crossover appeal. He's not hitting that crossover appeal because he's not getting that side of the market. So again, boxing fans know how great he is, how good he is. Will he be remembered in the future like other fighters? Maybe not, because no one knows the B-sides.
Yeah, I think in his part of the world, he probably alive.
Oh yeah, of course,
part of the world he is, and maybe that's what he's looking for. But away from that, you talk to Asian community, and anyone of them who watches boxing, they'll mention his name.
Yeah,
they'll mention his name. So in his part of the world, they know he is. But I agree with you in terms of crossover, the US market, UK market, and I know there was another thing. There was a few things thrown in there. He's fought in Scotland, and he's fought in the US. So probably not against bigger names.
I said a few weeks ago that I knew Devin Haney was crossing over when guys at work were coming to me and saying, "Right, Devin Haney's fighting this weekend." And I'm trying to say that's how I knew he crossed over now. That people actually knew who he was. No one's ever come to me on the streets. At work or in any other environment, minus us guys, talk about
within the Asian community. I've had people, even with Devin Haney. I don't think even he is crossed over.
I'm not fully. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, you know, people know it, but
anytime I speak boxing, no one comes to me.
You could go in your local chip shop and people talk to you about Inoue. Like seriously, within his community, they know him. But you're right. When you hear people talk about Japan, he's always like an afterthought. And even we've been called up. You know, but not forgetting. You know, so but he like I said, quietly and confidently. And I say quietly because unlike the fact saying in Japan or whatever. He's fighting who he needs to fight. He's fighting who he needs to fight. He's fighting title holders. He's gone up a division and he's fought 2 title holders. I mean, what do you want this guy to do?
Listen, you cannot say you're not elite or not the best of your if you're full weight world champion, undisputed in 2 of them.
You can't even argue. Like even me and I tried having a few digs at like even Crawford. I said, and don't get me wrong, I'm not even bringing up weights or whatever. Like you said, the fact it's only been done 2-3 times in history tells you something. It isn't an easy thing to do to go up weight and become undisputed. And in this era as well, not like in the previous eras where you had 1 or 2 belts, you got like 3, 4, 5.
But here, Jojo, if he was American, he'd be all over the place. It's just people, the world.
But don't
people support their own.
The Western world.
They support their own. They don't open up to others. I'm trying to say.
I think it's the Western world.
So again,
I think in the Far East he's probably not.
So
I think in the Western world.
Again, I mentioned this guy name, Jay Pataya. When I done on TikTok for each of the fights after their reckoning. The Jay Pataya video has gone like 20,000 views, like because they support their own. They're looking out for their best. I'm trying to say that doesn't transcend in other countries.
No, but there's still a fan base there. And that's what people got to understand. You don't think that this guy ain't big because that part of the world there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people, and if you capture that part of the world, you have a massive fan base. And that's it. It's just that in the Western world, maybe we haven't caught up yet, or we are not. But we can't say this guy ain't got followers. And this is why we were having the argument about, and I said it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be a hypocrite. I said it. Oh, he's got to come out to Japan. And I'm starting thinking about it. Why does he? Why does he? He's 2-weight undisputed. Why does he have to come out of Japan? Because 2-weight undisputed American ain't coming out of America.
No way.
He ain't coming out of America.
No way. No way.
And to be fair on Devin Haney, because my man Cambosis was undisputed, he said, you come to Australia and take my belts. So Devin Haney went and wrenched his belts away and went back again, slacked him again and took his belts home. And that's what gave him the ability to quit. And so to be fair, if he's in Japan, anyone who wants it has to go there and take it.
Let's bring this full circle. I said at the beginning of the show that the belts don't really mean nothing. And now look where we are, talking about how powerful you've got all the belts. You're like Thanos, you've got all the belts and you're controlling, dictating where the fight goes. Again, it shows the value of the belts. As much as I'm saying we don't need the belts, guess what?
No, I think
the belts do have their value.
What I would say is the belts have value, but I think once you've got undisputed, right, I think you've got, me personally, so there's a couple of people out there who, like, so Haney undisputed, but he's lost one of them now, hasn't he? Is it Haney lost one of them? Want to take one of Haney's away?
No, Haney wasn't undisputed. He gave all the belts away.
Okay, he gave all his belts away, and then
who they gave one? Who they took one away from?
Who was undisputed? Oh, Crawford. Sorry, it was Crawford that took his away. At heavyweight, Tyson Fury is lineal because he's won them all. He hasn't had them all at the same time, but he's lost any of them in the ring.
When he beat Klitschko, we had them all.
So it doesn't matter what anyone says. People talk about his resume, all that was like the guy has won them all. He's won them all. And like you said, you can't do that if you're crap. Crawford twice, as you said, Inoue twice. Even now, they say Haney, even though he gave his away, you still recognise them as elite.
Yeah.
Forget like whether they got the belts or haven't got the belts, because they've cleaned them up. So they can take them away, give IBF away or whatever else, but they're still elite. And I think the belts do mean something, but even if you take the belts away, it doesn't mean that these fighters are not who they are. Yeah. We know who they are because they've done it. They've done it. So I think that's why I was saying I couldn't say they don't mean anything, but just because someone doesn't have a belt, when you look at what they've achieved, and the eye test, it tells you like this guy is something special. And so I think, cut a long story short, the belts, the achievement and the accomplishments in the ring, and whether there's belts tied into that, means something.
Yeah.
And if somebody wants to take the belt away because they feel somebody's gone to fight on the day of reckoning and it don't suit them, then let them do what they need to do. We know, as boxing fans, we know who the real
deal is.
Yeah.
All right then, that's it. The roundup. I will say, give you guys heads up. Due to next Sunday being New Year's Eve night, we're most going to miss next Sunday.
Yeah, it's not.
No. However, we are trying to plan with the fellas ahead of the table session for Friday. Fingers crossed. We ain't confirmed it yet, but we're going to try and get everyone together on Friday, so you will get a video. If you film Friday, you will get a video before the New Year's. Yeah, that is the plan. Yeah. Well, I'll say to everyone, guess what? Merry Christmas and have a great New Year.
Absolutely, and we won't mention Nigel Ben fighting the postman. Or not Nigel Ben, Conor Ben.
I forgot about that shit.
Fighting the postman.
I know. Let's save that to the New Year. Yeah, don't let me get on this one. Let's leave it on the high, the day of reckoning. Yeah, everyone, Happy New Year, and we see you in the New Year.
Peace.